Hello YouTube, it's Silver Age Dave. I'm in the comic room. Today is Friday, one of my favorite 7 days of the week. Friday is a great day. And I thought I would do just a quick walk around. I've been very busy today. I have a very dear friend I hang out with. I've talked about the store Flotsam. Well, Jason is one of my good friends, and he called me yesterday and today, and he turned me on to a couple cool sets of books. So we'll be talking about those at some point. This is part of that I picked up today. It's pretty uncommon to find these. I have looked these over pretty well. These all appear to be first printings. It is a complete set of Golden Legacy books. These highlighted great African Americans and their achievements, and you just don't see these all that often. So I was pretty happy to find them, and I don't know, I think I paid all right for them, and so we'll talk about those at some point. He also found a collection for me at actually a garage sale. So these two boxes here, which I'll go through at some point. And just always like seeing that bulk kind of stuff go on. I think it's exciting, and there's probably going to be some good books in there, and probably a lot of run-of-the-mill stuff, 90s. I know there was a bunch of 90s in there that those will get filed and stored and taken care of and loved, like everything in here. But anyway, I wanted to let everyone know. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. A frequent visitor to the comic room is right here, Mr. Chris. He is now sanitized for Silver Age Dave's protection. Yes, Mr. Chris, you must have your mask. Okay? Yes, Mr. Chris. I don't know how you do it back in Iowa, but here we wear masks. That's what we do, Mr. Chris. Glad to have you here as always. Mr. Chris Lackey, everyone. So I have been, organizing a little bit, not so much. Every now and then I'm able to make a video or two. But I was inspired by request to make a walk around video. It probably won't be that long, but I got a great surprise phone call last week. A guy, his name is Don, he called me out of the blue and he said, "Is this Dave?" And I said, "Yes, it's Dave." And it was a number from out of the area I didn't recognize. And he said, "Dave, this is going to be a really weird phone call for you." And that was the opener. And anytime someone says that, this is going to be the greatest call ever or the worst call ever. And in this particular case, it was just a greatest call. Don is a YouTuber. Like many people, he watches on TV. And that means you can't you can't comment or do any of that stuff. But Don was so generous with compliments, and I do love that. As I've said many times before, I really consider this to be our channel. I make these videos. It was a fluke that I made the first one, and somehow it caught on. And so whatever message I'm conveying to anyone, whether it be the comics or the passion or just life in general, I greatly appreciate. So many people have reached out to me before, and I know that there's a lot of people out there who don't comment, and that's okay. I'm not in here for the compliments. I'm in here because I have a passion for this stuff. I truly love all of the quirkiness of this hobby and the uniqueness, and it offers so much to so many people. And regardless of where you came from, what your upbringing was, those of us who love this hobby, we found it. And in my particular case, when I had those sad or scared or lonely times, this hobby was always there for me. And I think that's why I'm hesitant to ever move on from it. Someday I probably will have to do that. But, for now, the room keeps growing. The collection keeps growing. And, commensurate with that, my love for the hobby keeps growing. Each day I find something new. I learn something new. Like the Golden Legacy books that I showed, the African American highlight books. Um, you know, there's so much out there, and I think I'd seen them one time. I think one person in the community had them and showed them off, and I immediately went to eBay and said, "Holy moly, I can't afford these." And then that's the thing about the hobby is patience. Over time, if we're calm, cool, and collected, we stay within our budget, things will find you. Okay, those books found me this time. Whatever you're looking for, if you're patient, it will find you. Give it time. It's a great hobby. This one always makes me think of Luther Manning, Patrick. I just found that misfiled in a box it shouldn't have been in, and I thought I'd leave it out here. These are some of my favorite books. If there was, God forbid, a fire, I think I would come in and I would just do a clean scoop right up that line, and those books are very near and dear to me. So, we're patient. Some days I'm more patient, some days I'm less patient. But, the hobby has always spoken to me. It's always provided something for me. Maybe a peace or a happiness or a joy. And there's a school of thought that, you can't buy something and then it'll bring you joy. But I disagree with that. I think, there's always something more. I was talking to a guy today. I bought a few things from him. His name is Paul. And I said, no matter how crazy you think you are, there's always someone at another level. In comic book collecting, it proves it every time. No matter what the value of this room might be or my collection might be, that's one comic book to some people. So there's always extra levels. So I try not to get too caught up in the in the numbers game of it. I collect what I collect because it speaks to me. It's stuff that leaps out to me, and I say, that's a pretty special thing. I'm pretty excited about that, and I hope that's what you're doing too. There's different types of collectors out there. I don't certainly think I'm in position to give advice to everyone. Don't do it my way, because it's my way. It's not designed for everyone. But find your own way. Find the thing that you love to do, and then do that. That's okay. Men get to a certain age. We got to have a hobby. I think men need a hobby, and this is a clean, happy hobby, in my opinion. So, guys, that's it. I'm running a lot. Yesterday, I ran 48 miles at Oak Openings Metro Park, which is swampy and mucky and muddy and very primitive trails. Loved all day. I was suffering quite a bit at different times of the day, but all in all, it was a great day. I've got a 100-mile race 5 weeks from now, and that's what I'm preparing for. 5 weeks from now, I'll be in Akron at a hotel, hopefully getting a good night's sleep, and then the next morning at I think 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. we start it's 102.5 miles is the course. So that's what I'm preparing for. If I'm making less videos, it's because I'm busy running, spending time with family, swimming, gardening, all those good things. Don, this walk around video was for you. Thank you so much, Jason. Thanks for the heads up on things. And that's it. Guys, make it awesome. Smile a lot. Be proud. Okay? This is a great, great world we live in. Put a smile on your face. Make it better for someone else. That is catchy. I'm thinking of you. Silver Age Dave is out.